Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've been wanting to do a long time, for quite a while. We're going to be opening up the differential on this 2006 Chevy Express van. It's a 3500. GVW on this thing is 12,000 pounds. I have owned this since 2009, and it had 48,000 miles on it when I bought it. Rear end's never been opened up. I've thought a few times, had a little growl, couldn't quite find. I've wondered if it was rear end. So I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and open it up, change the oil, see what it looks like. And then while I was getting my oil and trying to find out whether there's gasket on the differential pan, I think I have some leaks. I think I have a pinion seal leaking, and I think I have the cover leaking. So might be a good thing. Hopefully it's still got oil in it. But yeah, we're gonna just tear right into this thing. I'll get this thing up in the air, and we're gonna get started. Y'all hang on. 212,000. Is that what I said, or did I say 211? Yeah, that's how many miles on it. All right, let's get started. I think it's worth mentioning too. Like I said, I've owned this thing since '09, and so I put all the miles on it except the first 48,000. And the whole time I've owned it, it's never been unloaded. As a matter of fact, the GVW on this thing is 12,000 pounds. For most of that time, it actually grossed over 13,000 pounds. I had it overloaded. 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, I put her on a diet. I got rid of a bunch of stuff that I wasn't using, and lightened her up by a ton. So it is under gross weight now, but still it's right there. And it's, like I say, it's never been unloaded. Once I loaded it, I've never unloaded it, other than that 1 ton I took off of it a year and a half ago. Let's get started. Definitely some thread lock or some kind of sealer on those bolts. Because my buddy at Advanced Auto thought this thing probably had a gasket, but we couldn't find a gasket. This is a 12 bolt cover, and there was no gaskets for a 12 bolt cover. Let me double check that now that I can actually see it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, 12 bolts. So let me run these in just a little bit. Get the last ones out of the bottom. So I don't know what to think about that pinion seal leaking. It does look like it's leaking, but it looks like it's barely leaking. I don't know. I don't really feel like dealing with that today. If I think it needs a new pinion seal, I may do that. I may do that at a different time. Not today. Let's see how stuck this pan's gonna be. Yeah, it's got gray RTV. Has a seal. She's stuck. That's for sure. Man, she's really stuck. Holy crapola. They use some good stuff. I know these bolts are loose. They're not touching the pan by like 1/8 of an inch. Man, really stuck. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. I think it's interesting. You see these places that look like teeth marks? Because I think those are. We kind of got invaded by some groundhogs and a bunch of coons. Well, I got rid of the groundhogs and the coons, but now you look. Somebody was under here chewing on this. I crowned this vehicle, so that's where the dirt sticks to the crown, rust proofing. But yeah, they've been under here chewing, so I was right to get to wage war on those critters. I finally made some headway. Oh yeah. All looks good. All looks real good. That makes me feel better. That makes me feel a lot better. I was afraid the oil was gonna look really bad. And I don't think the cover has a rust hole in it. I think it was leaking out of the pinion, running down the rear end housing, and ending up here. So it looked like the pan leaks. Because here in the rust belt, that's a thing. That is a real thing. Having stuff like oil pans, engine oil pans, transmission oil pans, differential covers, just rust a hole in them. I know a lot of you guys that are not in the salt belt think that I'm lying, but it's the truth. All right. Well, let me get this oil drain pan. I cleaned it up a little bit before we started. Let me get it out here where we can see it and see what the oil looks like. See if there's any metal in it. I doubt it. There's nothing on the magnet, just dust, which you're always going to have on a magnet. I mean, the rear end looks really, really good. Backlash is good. I mean, it does have 212,000 miles on it. The wear pattern on the ring gear is just beautiful. And so yeah, nothing to worry about here. I think the rear end's supposed to hold 3 quarts. There ain't no sparklies in there. That's awesome. And that looks like 3 quarts to me, right at it. So, yeah, I'm gonna get this pan all cleaned up inside and out. Make sure it does not have a rust hole in the bottom. And as soon as I get this stuff all cleaned up, we'll be back. So I'm a little curious myself. Battery's getting ready to die. To see what the ratio is in that rear end. Because when I bought this van, the glove box was missing. So I don't have the tag that gives you all that information. So let me get cleaned up. Y'all hang on, we'll be right back. I stuffed a clean rag in there to protect all the stuff I wanted to keep clean. And I scraped this, and then I'll go at it with a Whizzy wheel. And that'll be all cleaned up. I'll go after it with this Whizzy wheel. and spray it off the brake cleaner, let it dry. Good to go. Let's go look at the cover. I scraped the bulk of the sealer off the pan. Now let's get her cleaned up inside and out. Well, good grief. It's like my first day on the job. Forgot to push record. I've been going at it with the pressure washer. Used the foam cannon. Put a little soap on that. We'll let that soak in a few minutes and we'll hit it again with the pressure washer. And maybe next time I'll actually hit the record button. Probably not, but it could happen. Who knows? Now, y'all might think that I'm lying about rust getting these pans like this. Can y'all see that big divot? That's on top of the rear end. So it's not like somebody backed into something, because there's no dents in here. But there is a little spot right there. Y'all see that little spot? How much you want to bet me, if it ain't a hole, it will be very, very soon. Just an ice pick. Look at that. I just drove an ice pick through that thin spot. So, you know what? Living in the Rust Belt ain't no joke. I thought the hole was on the bottom. I didn't know it was on the top. And it wasn't leaking yet, probably. But it would have been very, very soon. So I'm gonna weld that up. What is this thing doing? So yeah, I had an 06 Chevy pickup that I think was 2 years old when I bought it. And the person that owned it worked in Charleston. I'm in Beckley, so it's about an hour drive each way on the West Virginia Turnpike. West Virginia Turnpike forever used pure salt on the road in the wintertime. No gravel, just pure salt. And it would just destroy vehicles. I think I had that truck for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I replaced the differential pan. I replaced the transmission oil pan. I replaced the engine oil pan. I replaced the power steering pump, all the fuel lines, all the brake lines, because they all rusted. And then as soon as I got it all, chased all the rust out of it, I sold it. I was tired of working on it. But yeah, it's a real thing. Let me get this pan welded up, and I'll show you the finished product. And I'm gonna go with this with the Whizzy wheel too when I get done, because I forgot some. But see, now that pressure washer, I would have probably never cleaned this pan this thoroughly if it weren't for that pressure washer, because I had no idea this was here. So that pressure washer, first time I've ever owned one. I've only had it for a couple months, but it's already coming in clutch. So let me get this welded up. I'll bring y'all back. I mean, I'm really glad I caught that. I'm glad I decided to do this, because I caught that, you know, that bad place in that cover. It was on top, so it's not like it would have sprung a leak and drained the rear end unbeknownst to me and run the rear end dry on oil. That's never good from what I hear. So I got the bad place on the cover welded up and it's ready to go. As soon as it cools down a little bit, I will put a splash of black paint on that just to protect it until I'll be crowning, doing the crown rust proofing on all 3 vehicles here soon. So I'll do that at that time also. So yeah, I guess that's it. That's all the excitement. I'm just gonna put the cover back on, fill it full of oil, and we're done. So y'all get done. Y'all get down in that comment section. Leave me a comment, criticism, concern. Let me know if you live in the Rust Belt. Do you have stuff rust through like we do here? It's ridiculous. Catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great day.